Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the video. My name is Riddick Lynn, and today I'm going to be walking you through my efficient compound focused leg day that I've been using recently in the home gym to build strength and size. So jumping straight into the warm up, you can't see it, but I do have a plate on my feet that basically elevates the front of my foot. So there's a plate towards the front end of my foot, so the back end is touching the ground, and this is sort of like an elevated squat that I always do during my warm-ups just to build my ankle mobility up. And then for my working sets, I'll take this off. I find a lot of the times that my ankle mobility doesn't allow me to reach a good, an adequate depth that I want to reach for a good squat. So using those for a warm up and just warming up your ankles in general really helps for squats. So moving into the squats, we're going to have a 3x3. Now, the point of this is to build strength, right? This is not hypertrophic work. The squats are going to be the most fatiguing exercise of this whole workout. It's going to be a big compound movement. So of course we're going to hit it first. Now, we're training strength through neural adaptation, right? That's how strength is done. If we want a bigger squat, bench, or deadlift, we need to recruit more muscle fibers, right? And we do that by just training these movements consistently and heavy, right? If we were doing hypertrophic work, trying to build muscle, then we'd be training it more closely to failure, right? But that's not the point of this workout, at least for the squats. Moving into the Romanian deadlifts, these are going to be for the hamstrings, the lower back, the posterior chain, the backside of your back, Now, of course, with more isolated hamstring exercise like a leg curl, seated or lying, you're going to get more direct hypertrophy work with your hamstring. But in this case, we're still getting the hamstring work and we're getting the posterior chain work, so it's more bang for a buck. It's a great compound movement. A few tips that I always like to tell people whenever I'm showing a friend these, or just a random person if I see them in the gym doing them. This is a weird tip, but I promise it works. Pretend there's an open drawer behind your butt, and when you go down, you're trying to close it with your butt. This sort of helps prime you for the hinge movement, because this is a hinge movement just like a deadlift, except you're keeping straighter legs. And the biggest caveat to this is keeping your chest up and your shoulders back the whole movement. If you watch my first, second, and third set, you'll notice that my chest is always up, my shoulders are always back. If you see any rounding of the back, if your back is rounding when you're trying to do these, that means you're probably using too much weight and you need to drop it, because of course that's how injuries happen. That's how you mess yourself up. And moving into the third exercise, it's going to be the single leg barbell Bulgarian split squats. Wow, that is a mouthful. I've only recently added these into my workouts, but I find that after the squats and the RDLs, this is a great hypertrophy exercise, trying to build big quads, trying to work on the glutes as well. And a good thing about this one is it's also going to build your coordination and your balance, because of course, you're basically squatting on one leg. It's definitely much harder. I would say this is an advanced exercise. If you want to try this, I would recommend that you start very slow, build your way up. I'm doing 135, but I started with the bar essentially a month or two ago. Just worked my way up slowly, because you want your balance and your coordination to catch up with your strength. Just because you have the capacity to do, say, 300 pounds on these does not mean that you can balance that on one leg. It's going to be very hard just jumping straight into that big weight if you don't have the prerequisite balance and coordination to handle that. So I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. I didn't record calves because, let's be honest, I forgot, and y'all don't want to see me doing calves. The only thing I do for calves is single-legged calf raises, no weight, just body weight. I just bust out 100 reps, 4 sets of 25. That works good for me. You know, if I'm in the gym, I'll do a standing calf machine or a seated calf machine. Really training it for hypertrophy, you know, just taking it to failure, taking it till you can't go anymore. It's basic stuff, we all know this. But yeah, definitely give this workout a try. This is a super hard workout. Actually, especially these Bulgarians at the end. These are one of the hardest movements I've ever done. Definitely had to put the music on for this one, had to put the hat on, had to lock in. But I would definitely recommend them. Of course, remembering you gotta stay safe, you gotta work your way up, and let's be honest, it looks cool. You know, if you can single leg Bulgarian split squat, 2 plates on each side, 225, I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's very impressive. You know, of course, a normal squat is impressive with heavy weight, but this one is, you know, it's taking into consideration weight, balance, and coordination all at the same time. So very athletically impressive if you can do big weights on that, and that's what I'm trying to achieve with this. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the video. Hope y'all guys are having a good day, good week. Be on the lookout for the next video, and let this play out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.